Hi guys, welcome back to Vlogmas. Vlogmas Day 25, Christmas Day, or it will be when this one goes live. In today's vlog, I want to do three things. I've got an announcement to make. I want to make my Christmas speech. I've made one every year for the last 3 years, even when I had no subscribers, so I'm definitely making one this year. And hopefully we can have a little recap of the best bits of this year's Vlogmas. Tonight I'm in the pub with my friend Ben and Boris, the Boston Terrier. It's a long-standing Christmas tradition of ours to have a few drinks, early evening Christmas Eve, and get in the Christmas spirit. And Boris is mad for Instagram, but he hasn't got opposable thumbs, so we're going to help him get dressed into his Christmas outfit and take some snaps for him for his Instagram account. I'll put a link below to Boris's Instagram, but we'll get into that in a little while. So first off, my announcement. Basically, this isn't the end of Vlogmas. This is day 25, Christmas Day, but I will be vlogging my actual Christmas Day on the 25th of December. Give you a little glimpse of how I will actually be celebrating on the day itself. So there will be a Vlogmas 26. Now, before I get into my Christmas speech, I think I need a better backdrop, a more festive, professional backdrop than this boozer. Let's help out Boris with his Instagrams. Okay, before we do this, I just want to make something very clear. Boris the Boston Terrier is a much loved member of Ben's family. It's Christmas, we're here to have fun, but not at Boris's expense. We want him to enjoy himself too. Boris's idea of fun is walking here, playing fetch, playing with the other dogs out the back of the pub in the garden, especially the pugs, and then walking home. He is indifferent to having his picture taken in Christmas, but we would like some pictures to mark the occasion for us, for ourselves. Obviously Boris's welfare though takes precedent over our idea of fun and what we want. Dogs, they don't come with instructions, so you have to rely on expert advice in all areas of their welfare. So Ben's looked for guidance on all aspects of Boris's care. Obviously owning Boris is rewarding, but it's also a huge responsibility. You can get some incredible outfits for dogs, but Ben was telling me after a little research that it's not advised by experts representing the RSPCA that you put dogs in them, in anything that covers up their tails, ears, eyes and general body language, or stops them behaving normally. It can distress them, which in turn will alter their behaviour. So with that advice in mind, we're not putting him in stupid costumes. Boris has just got a new festive collar. One came with a headband thing. We'll see how he responds to it. It's not a hat, it doesn't cover his ears, but I can imagine that it will not stay on for very long, even if we try to leave it on him. If it doesn't fall straight off, he'll take it off to play with. And I think we're going to take it straight off him anyway. I think he looks more photographic without it. It just looks silly. But who doesn't look silly in their Christmas outfits? Boris hasn't got a festive outfits as such, but he has got a winter coat. A lot of dogs actually need winter coats. Boris doesn't necessarily need one, but he is still quite young, so it's for when he's really cold or it's really wet, but it's not that cold yet for him to need to wear one. It's been a really mild winter so far, so we'll just have to take a photo of him in his festive collars. Oh, that one's adorable. I think the girls will love you in that one. They're fun, festive, but they're also collars, so there's something he's familiar with. These are just a bit more fabulous. This is a dog friendly pub. A lot of people come here on dog walks. There are quite a few pugs that come here, and Boris seems to like playing with the regulars, but we'll get the collars off him before he plays with the other dogs. We don't want him to get bullied for having a fabulous collar. I think Boris will be pleased with those shots. Did you enjoy that, Boris? I think Boris is going to be pleased with the results. I'll put a link to his Instagram account below so you can check him out. Boris the Boston, UK. Boris, say goodbye. Bye. Okay guys, just got back from the pub. It was nice to meet Ben, catch up with Ben and Boris just before Christmas, enjoy a quick drink, and I think we've got some good shots of Boris for the family photo album for Instagram. Let me change hats. I just went to the shop to pick up a bottle of Prosecco for tonight, a magnum of Prosecco for tonight, this Christmas. And it's a bit more festive. I saw this, the Radio Times. I don't think I've ever bought one of these myself, but I remember from when I was a kid, I used to go through and draw around all the things you wanted to watch on telly. It seemed like a good idea in the shop. We've got a TV guide on the built into the TV, but I've had a bit of nostalgia there. I thought I'd give it a while. My plan for tonight was, I haven't really done a great deal all day. Before I went to meet Ben, I made Chloe's Christmas presents. That's what I was doing this morning, handmade them myself. I guess I can show them to you now. I was going to film doing it, but I was pushed for time. It makes everything take twice as long. Making Christmas presents on Christmas Eve is a bad idea to start with, but I made her a couple of little rings there. I don't know how well this will focus. It's a diamond 18 karat yellow gold platinum mount with a old cut diamond. That is actually a thumb ring, and that one there is, focus, 18 karat yellow gold, no, 18 karat red gold again, sorry, platinum mount with a blue topaz, London blue topaz in that one. So yeah, I made those this morning. They need hallmarking yet, the assay office is closed. I couldn't legally sell them, but I can give them to my girlfriend for Christmas. They can be hallmarked in the new year. The thumb ring's pretty, I don't know whether they focus on that. See that? It's got an old cut diamond in it, so probably, I haven't researched it, I only picked it up the other day specifically for Chloe designed these, I made them, so she knows what she's getting because she designed them, but she wanted an old cut diamond. This one's probably Victorian, probably 1850s, and diamonds that you buy today, round ones, it's a cut called Modern Round Brilliant. They have, if you get the right amount of facets on the top and the bottom, and the proportions, not only the amount of cuts right, but the proportions too, it's called Ideal Cut, and you get the best radiance and brilliance, the best sparkle out of that little diamond, that big diamond. But that wasn't invented until about 1919, and then it obviously took a while to populate as well. But there was a progression to that point in diamond cutting, and before then, this one's got quite a small table. Yeah, it's a more vintage look. I think they look quite nice. So yes, a more vintage looking ring, and upcycling an old Victorian diamond. But the plan for tonight was, I was going to go and do this, my Christmas speech, my Christmas message, this spiel. I was going to go and do it somewhere with I was planning on trying to find a spectacular, amazing London backdrop to do it in front of, but every year here in London, public transport shuts down, particularly the trains. Everything, on Christmas Day, everything shuts down every year. This year, they're doing major engineering works. There's no good time to do it, but I guess this is the most sensible time to do it, because a lot of businesses in London will shut from the 23rd or 24th right the way through to the 4th of January, and I think the buses are running, but a lot of the trains are going to be cancelled for the whole duration of that while they carry out the maintenance work. But they're beginning early this year. Most Christmas Eves they sort of extend into the early hours of Christmas Day, and they shut down for Christmas Day. This year they say they're shutting down the services early afternoon. I'm not sure what that means, so I thought it wasn't a good idea to head into central London. you're either part of the problem or part of the solution, I guess, and it's going to be carnage. For people, last minute shoppers and stuff, trying to get home with limited services on trains and I guess buses too. So anyway, I thought I'd use the Christmas tree as the backdrop. That's another reason we're staying in tonight. We normally go out, but because of the public transport, it's just going to be a nightmare getting around. I think there's more. You read all the time, there's more private hire vehicles on the roads in London than ever before with the coming of Uber. You don't have to rely on black taxis and minicabs, but it doesn't mean they're all working. And just with the sheer volume of people not able to get on public transport, I think it's just going to be challenging to get around much later. So we're stopping in. We're going to we've got Prosecco. If you watch my earlier festive food vlogs during Vlogmas, we've got a load of the festive canapes to eat. Some new ones, some different ones, and we're going to watch a couple of movies. It's really hard. We were thinking about movies earlier. It's really hard to pick the best Christmas movie or even our favourite Christmas movies. We've seen a few already over the last month, but we've each picked one. Chloe's gone for Die Hard, which you might think was a Christmas movie. It is actually. It's set. John McClane has to rescue his wife or his ex-wife from a Christmas party in New York. It is set at Christmas and starts off at a Christmas party. I've gone for National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, which I haven't seen any Chevy Chase film for ages, but I seem to remember that one's particularly funny, so I'm looking forward to that. So yeah, an action and a comedy. So I don't really want to say too much more. I guess again, I should wish you all a very Merry Christmas. It's Christmas Day. If you do celebrate Christmas, then I hope you've spent it with the people you love, the ones you love. I hope you've been well fed. I hope Santa's been kind to you, very kind to you, and I hope your favourite film is on the TV. Although having said that, this doesn't make good reading. Thank God for Netflix and Amazon Prime, I suppose. Maybe you've got some DVDs from Santa too. I think in the States, in America, going to the cinema is a big thing here on Christmas Day, maybe Boxing Day. Here, everything's shut. I think it's probably quite surprising when tourists get here how the extent at which Britain, London, shuts down for one day. Although this year it's going to be a couple of them. But yeah, if you celebrate Christmas, I hope you're having a great day. If you don't celebrate Christmas, actually, if you can't celebrate Christmas, if you're in the armed forces, the emergency services, something similar where you have to work on Christmas Day, then thank you. If you can't celebrate Christmas, if you don't celebrate Christmas, I read somewhere in the paper the other day that some I can't remember which country it was, but Christmas celebrations have been, I think they've been made illegal. You would be arrested. I'm not sure what the consequences were, but they felt it would undermine they felt Christmas would undermine faith, their own faith. I can't remember which country it was. But anyway, if you're somewhere where they don't celebrate Christmas, or you don't celebrate Christmas, I hope Vlogmas, my Vlogmas, has been an insight for you into how we do celebrate Christmas. Certainly how I celebrate Christmas. I don't speak for everybody. I probably don't speak for all that many people, but yeah, I hope it's been an insight into how we do things here in London, and I hope you found it entertaining. So, with all that said, thanks for watching, and until tomorrow, toodles.
As Boris doesn't have his own festive outfit, we couldn't resist letting him try my hat. His head is much, much smaller than mine, and we can't keep his ears covered. So this is the first and last time he gets to try this look. But he does look pretty adorable. Quite like that one.
That one's a keeper. What's going on?